Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, the leader of the Bolshevik Revolution and the founding father of the Soviet state, spent his final years battling illness, political tension and uncertainty about the future of the revolution he had helped create. From 1922 until his death in 1924, Lenin's declining health and fading influence marked the end of an era in Russian and world history. Declining health after revolution. Years of intense political struggle, exile, and stress had taken a heavy toll on Lenin's health. In August 1918 he survived an assassination attempt that left 2 bullets lodged in his body, contributing to long-term health problems. By 1921 he began suffering from severe headaches, fatigue and nervous disorders. In May 1922, Lenin suffered his first stroke, partially paralyzing his right side and impairing his speech. A second stroke later that year further weakened him, forcing him to reduce his political activities. Although he attempted to continue working, his ability to lead the Soviet government steadily declined. Political isolation and power struggles. As Lenin's health worsened, real power within the Communist Party began to shift. Joseph Stalin, appointed General Secretary in 1922, gradually consolidated control over party appointments and administration. Other leading figures, including Leon Trotsky, Grigory Zinoviev, and Lev Kamenev, also maneuvered for influence. From his sickbed, Lenin grew increasingly concerned about Stalin's behavior and the growing bureaucracy within the party. In late 1922 and early 1923, he dictated a series of notes later known as Lenin's Testament. In these writings, Lenin criticized Stalin for being too rude and warned that his concentration of power could threaten party unity. Lenin's final political efforts. Despite his illness, Lenin made several last attempts to shape the future of the Soviet Union. He supported the new economic policy, NEP, which allowed limited private enterprise to stabilize the war-ravaged economy. Lenin also defended the rights of non-Russian nationalities, opposing heavy-handed centralization. One of his final political battles involved the Georgian affair, where he sided against Stalin's harsh policies toward Georgia. This conflict deepened Lenin's mistrust of Stalin, but his worsening health prevented him from taking decisive action. Final stroke and death. In March 1923, Lenin suffered a third, devastating stroke that left him almost completely incapacitated and unable to speak. He was confined to his estate at Gorky, near Moscow, where his condition deteriorated steadily. On January 21, 1924, Vladimir Lenin died at the age of 53. The official cause of death was severe arteriosclerosis, a condition that hardened his arteries and restricted blood flow to the brain. His death shocked the Soviet people and the international socialist movement. Legacy of a revolutionary leader. Following his death, Lenin was transformed into a symbol of the Soviet state. His body was embalmed and placed in a mausoleum in Red Square, Moscow. The Communist Party promoted Leninism as the official ideology, presenting Lenin as an infallible revolutionary hero. However, Lenin's absence also opened the door to intense power struggles. Stalin ultimately emerged as the dominant leader, shaping the Soviet Union in ways that differed significantly from Lenin's original vision. Lenin's last warnings went unheeded, with lasting consequences for Soviet history. Lenin's final years were marked by physical decline and political frustration. Though weakened by illness, he remained deeply concerned about the fate of the revolution and the direction of the Soviet state. His death in 1924 closed the revolutionary chapter of Soviet history and ushered in a new, more authoritarian era under Joseph Stalin.